Can I talk about something serious with you? Look, it's kind of annoying. I don't even want to talk about it. It's your cash flow. I am building a startup right now. I'm building a startup that is a publishing company, and we publish books. And it's going pretty well. We've been here for about 18 months, but my experience has long past that on books. I published 4 of my own, and I've done everything from getting a big traditional book deal to doing like a hybrid publishing thing to publishing all of my own. I know all about publishing. All that stuff is good. I inadvertently built a career doing this. I just was following books because that seemed to be the thing that I cared about most in life ever. And now I'm just giving myself to it. I'm just saying, take me away, rather than trying to fight things, or rather than trying to say, I'll do this work over here so I can get back to the books. I'm just focusing on the books. That's why I'm here, for books. And I find as I'm building my startup company, I'm thinking back to this quality of life that I had when I lived in LA. And when I lived in LA from like 2013 to 2020, somewhere around there, my career really blossomed. I grew this online following because I was blogging for a long time, and that was when Instagram was just popping, and I was starting to make a lot of money selling online courses like how to freelance and how to basically making money talking about how to make money online, which sounds funny, but it is what it is. And I didn't even know that I was building that into my career, or I didn't even know I was making a career out of that until I was already being asked to write books and do talks. I'm like, oh, I've done something here. You'd be surprised how much dumb luck accounts for a lot of success that you see in emulating, myself included. And throughout that process, I got accustomed to living a certain way. I remember one day I was walking home from jiu-jitsu because I lived right up the street in Venice Beach. And I said, I'm sick of walking. And I just went into the Mercedes dealership and bought a Mercedes. And I had a lot of experiences like that where I would just spend money whenever I wanted to because I had the money. It was fun. I was young and whatever. And I'm happy that I did that. It was a great way to live. I don't regret it for a minute, a second, a millisecond. And, also we're in a new phase now. I'm 37. I'm living in New York. And I actually consider myself now really running a startup for the first time. When I was running Rich 20 as a blog, I never considered it a startup. I considered it my personal hobby that made money. So I didn't look at it like a startup founder as much as I look at this now and say, listen, we have a co-founder, Isaac. We have business partners like our partner, Ryan Leslie. We have customers who expect, we have authors who expect books to go out on time and customers who expect to read those books. And all of it seems a lot more official than Rich 20, even though I made millions through Rich 20. And it just has made me think about money differently as well. So I want to talk about budgeting, or not even budgeting, just cash flow in general. I was looking at our expenses the other day, and I come to the city every day, and I'll eat lunch every day, and I'm just like, I'm not frivolously spending. I'm not going LA Daniel on you now, but I'll drive to the city, or I'll take an Uber to the train station, take the train into the city, eat one meal in the city, and then go back for the day. And that whole thing cost me $100 a day. So it's like $3,000 a month. And I look at that, and I was talking to my business partner, Isaac, and I'm like, I have to cut this down. I can't justify this. We're making right now about 20 grand a month, but I'm taking a lot of that for myself because I'm trying to maintain a lifestyle of like $10,000 to $12,000 a month, which in New York ain't fucking it's no money, by the way. Not really. And I'm used to living on a lot more, but I look at that and I say, I can't justify spending $3 grand a month just to transport myself and eat one meal in the city. And it's unfortunate because I get this thing messed up in my head where it's like, you deserve to travel to move into the city as you wish and eat one meal. It's not that big of a deal. You should be able to do that. You deserve that. And I conflate that with you deserve that with you can afford to do that, or it's the best decision for the company. Because if I'm the biggest expense of the company and I have direct control over how the money that goes to me is spent, then I need to take that into account. It's not an issue of whether I deserve to be able to do that or whether technically I can pay for it. It's if I cut that down by 60%, by half, by 70%, what could we do with that money? Well, it could be anything. It could be ad spend. We just started to see that some of our ads started working. It could be hiring some more editors, which, God, I need help. It could be all these things. And so do I deserve to move as I wish? Sure. It's not an issue of worth or if I can physically afford it. It's what is that money going to be used for, and is our cash flow going to support that? And if I look over a course of a year, you know, $3,000 a month doing that is almost 40 grand a year just to move myself in and out of the city and to just eat one meal. Maybe I can't eliminate all of that, but I can eliminate some of it for sure. And I have to do that because I have to look at the business as I have to steward this business. It's not just like Daniel's personal money machine, which it's the new phase of life. It's no longer Rich 20, and that's okay. But I'm having to get used to that. Maybe this is something that you can take some value from too. If you are a founder, if you have a small team, you're gonna be the biggest expense. And I just think it's time for us to put on our big boy pants. I'm 37, I'm gonna be 40 soon. I need to allow my ego to take a back seat while I build this thing I really want and I think is gonna be an asset to the world, and also is ultimately gonna make me rich. Like, I've been rich before, now I'm ready to go past rich into wealthy. And I don't think I'm gonna get there if I'm still thinking that every dollar doesn't count. It's not that a one-off expense of $100 is a big deal. It's that every dollar adds up. This is something I'm learning from Ryan. We look at those $20, $30, $40 expenses as these one-offs that don't matter, but over the course of the year, they add up. And then if you, now we're switching context here, but if you had $40,000 at the end of the year that you invested into an S&P index fund, man, I mean, that is gonna be significant in 10 to 20 years. That's a lot of money if you really think about it. $40,000 ain't nothing in New York today in 2025, but you put that in the market, 10% interest, 20 years, you're walking away with a couple $100,000. And that's just from your lunch money. So cash flow, I gotta look at it differently, I gotta think about it differently, I gotta act differently, move differently. It just sucks, man, because it's like, this isn't like it's temporary, but it's not a 1 week or even a 1 month thing. This is a season that I'm in, and there's no timeline of when the season ends. You'll only know it because I'll stop making these damn YouTube videos. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.